Hello ladies and gentlemen, Ezio here with another No Holds Barred, this time with Luigi's Mansion 3. One of the latest offering in the series from our friends at Nintendo. I must admit, coming into this game off the heels of the Outer Worlds, I found it a bit lackluster, but as I've progressed through the story, as I've progressed through the game, and after I've put my biases aside, because just the Outer Worlds blew me away so much, to the point where even a destination later I'm still yammering on about how brilliant it was, we entered into Luigi's Mansion 3. This is the first Luigi's Mansion game I've ever played. I should point that out. I played a bit of Luigi's Mansion 1 many moons ago for all of about 5 minutes in a game shop when I was a kid. So yeah, that's how much Luigi's Mansion I've played. But after watching some review, mainly after watching the review by the brilliant YouTuber Kadikarus on Luigi's Mansion 3, I sat back and I thought, you know what? I've got some time after the Outer Worlds, before the new year, before we restart Kingdom Hearts, so you know what, I'm going to play this game, and I'm glad I did. This was such a charming and fun game. It's been really, really fun. I applaud Nintendo for their efforts. Is it a 10 out of 10, a perfect game? No. At least during my playthrough, I've had at least one major crash, I've had a few bugs here and there. I've had a palm tree suddenly decide to go insane and bounce around an entire stage for no obvious reason. And it could use a bit of polish in a few places here and there, but for the most part, the graphics, the art style, art direction in this game is beautiful. It is such a good looking game. Yes, they're a bit. I've heard complaint that if you look out of the telescope at one point of the game and you look at the surrounding area around the hotel, it's all low resolution. That doesn't matter to me. The focus is the inside of the hotel. If the outside world doesn't look as shiny and as crisp as the rest of it, then so be it. But the hotel itself, the character models, the ghost models, the effects, it's just a beautiful looking game. A beautiful sounding game as well. You can hear the main theme playing in the background behind me. It's a fun soundtrack. It's not one of these grand soaring things where it'll stay with me for the rest of my days, but at the same time, as you're playing through the game, it's a nice backdrop. It enhances the experience, and that's what a good game soundtrack should do. Gameplay mechanics, you've got the Poltergust G00, which enables you to suck up ghosts, blow things out of the way, be it with a jet or explosively. You've got your flashlight to stun ghosts to make it so you are able to capture them. You've got I forget the name of it, a sort of a black light to make invisible objects visible again, because those pesky ghosts have made them invisible. And you're using all sorts of puzzle mechanics. Mentioning mechanics, the basis of the game is you travel around this hotel, you suck up as much gold and jewels and money as possible for a loot. Well, for a man who enjoys his loot as much as I do, that was fun. It was fun to see if I could hit the 10,000 G achievement, and then the moments where you get into sort of a little vault area of the game and you're just faced with a massive wall of money. It's just so satisfying to just hoover it all up and just go, this is all mine now. And completing the game as well. Well, the main story is took us about 12 plus hours in our playthrough, but that was mainly due to the fact that I decided to try and complete as many achievements as possible while I was playing through the game. So throughout our playthrough, I've completed the story. I've collected every gem on every floor, so there's 6 gems to a floor, so I've collected 6 gems on all 6 gems on all 15 floors of the game. After you complete a floor, you're able to go back to that floor and find a boo. So I've gone back and I've captured each boo for each floor. I've defeated all the bosses, and I've completed several of the side objectives along the way. But because the achievements are hidden, there are a few that I've missed out, and quite a lot I've missed out in the multiplayer. Mentioning that, the game does indeed have multiplayer. I have not played the multiplayer yet. I think I'm going to play a bit of it after this video. But for the main point of this, because I'm a single player gamer mainly, I play games for the story. I don't play for multiplayer. I very rarely play multiplayer these days, so the crux for me is the game must have a good, solid story, good mechanics, preferably a nice art style. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be Red Dead Redemption terms of Red Dead Redemption 2 terms of realism. It just has to look pretty. And I think this game looks pretty. And I think it sounds brilliant. And I think, above all, as a game, it plays brilliantly. I love this game. Would I say it's fully worth the £48 I paid for it? Don't know. I think it would have probably come in better at 30 quid. But, that being said, it's not a AAA, and that's a good thing. Too many games try and go for big blockbusters. They haven't. Nintendo have just gone for the family-friendly adventure, a wholesome, if not slightly spooky adventure, and it was brilliant. I freely admit Luigi is now one of my favourite game characters. He has just been brilliant in this game. The game's charming, the game's funny, and I'm gushing over it slightly now, so maybe I should probably wrap this up. But yeah, if you get the chance, give this game a shot. Just give Luigi a try. I'm sure you won't regret it. Well, that's it done, ladies and gentlemen. Our journey has come to an end. This marks the end of our travels into Luigi's Mansion 3, at least of the main story. We'll see how the multiplayer goes, but for the most part, this is it. So, I hope each and every one of you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it is around the globe. Or whatever it is around the globe, wherever you are. We'll try that. I'll figure this. I'm still new to this. One day I'll figure out how to get this format down properly. But one thing I can say is this. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much. If you've joined us for our entire playthrough of Luigi's Mansion 3, thank you for joining us. If you want to see our playthrough, well, it's all uploaded on the YouTube archive. Somewhere on this screen. Just check the playlists on the channel. And with all said and done, until our paths next cross again, I'll see you all next time.